Hey everyone, as always, Dylan, Millware Prospecting, and it's Paydirt review time again. And this time we're going to be reviewing a really new seller in BlueTundraGold.com. In fact, they're so new that I had to have my secret shopper pick up this bag off their eBay account, Miskimo's son, because they weren't actually selling on their website, which they have since started doing. So this is a bag we're going to be going through from Blue Tundra Gold. And I'm pretty excited to go through it because it should have a really high ROI. But let's just flash up the description, go to the overhead, and check out this dirt a little bit closer. As you saw, a pretty basic description. It only tells you that it is 1 pound, guaranteed 1 gram of gold, and it comes from a claim in Alaska. But let's weigh it up, see if it is the 1 pound stated. And there you go, 1.2 ounces. Open it up. I do like the craft bags. I have a certain affinity to craft bags. There we go. I will rinse out the bag before the end of this video. But let's look at this. Looks like some Alaskan material I've panned out before, but let's go classify this down and see what mesh it comes in. Okay, all done classifying, and as you can see, there is a little bit more material in the upper classifications than the lower classifications, and should be pretty easy to pan out, but let's check it for magnetite. See if there's really anything in there, and there's nothing in that one. Yeah, not too much. There's really nothing in this magnetite-wise. So again, should be easy to pan out. Now, based on the description and the fact that I've never panned out or seen this seller before, I'm not really sure where the gold will be at in this bag. But with 1 gram, I'm hoping in the lower 3 classifications and maybe something in the plus 10, since there's probably more material in the plus 10 than any of the other classifications. But the only way to really find out is to go pan it out. But before we do that, I just wanted to say, this Paydirt does have a very flowery smell to it, almost like a really cheap dish soap. And it was a little bit bizarre when I was classifying it, but I don't think it will affect the gold or the dirt itself. But again, only one way to find out is by panning it out. So let's go get some water and do just that. Well, finished panning everything out, and that was some difficult Paydirt to go through, but we'll talk about that in a minute. For right now, let me show you the gold I found. And I found gold in the lower 3 classifications, just like I expected and was hoping for. I didn't find anything in the plus 10, which is a little bit of a bummer, but as I said earlier in the video, I didn't really expect it. It is a 1 gram bag, and the description didn't really say if the gold would be larger or smaller. Now let's start weighing it up. Nothing in the plus 10, so we'll just jump straight to the minus 10 plus 20. .215. Minus 20 plus 40. I don't know if you can hear, but there are a lot of rollers in this Paydirt. .825, and have the minus 40, which is not going to budge this, I don't believe. I was guaranteed 1 gram, and I reached that. Yeah, didn't budge it. There we go. Grand total 1.050 grams. Now for this bag from Blue Tundra Gold, it was fairly difficult to go through. While it only had a little bit of black sand, it only clouded up the water a little bit, and only a very small bit of fine gold. The larger gold is actually more difficult because it's much darker, iron-stained material, so it's really hard to distinguish just from the dirt. And there's also a lot of rollers in the bigger classifications, so it made it really difficult to pan out. I actually had a harder time panning out the plus 40 than I did the minus 40, because the minus 40 is so small you really can't get rollers in it. But it's pretty difficult Paydirt to go through. So for a beginner, I would give this a hard. For an advanced panner, I would give it a medium. And for an expert panner, this is an easy Paydirt to go through, but very high up on the scale. And now let's get to the review and the numbers. Well, finished calculating my ROI, writing up my review, and let's get right to it. This again was from Miskimo's son, an eBay seller who has now opened up a website, bluetundragold.com. I had my secret shopper pick up the 1 pound North Alaska bag that was guaranteed 1 gram of gold. Its cost was $75, shipping was free, so total cost spent $75. Now, as you saw, I recovered 1.050 grams of gold, and gold spot on the day that this was purchased by my secret shopper was $56.42, making the gold I found worth $59.24, giving me an ROI of 78.99%, or on my scale, a 7.9. So a really good score considering that it came off of eBay and they have some pretty heavy fees there. On their website, the bag was actually $5 cheaper, and I would have gotten an 84% ROI. So I really wish I would have waited a little bit longer for their website to be fully open, but I rushed the gun and got it off of eBay and got a 79% ROI. Now for fun factor, it should be a 7.9, but I'm actually going to bump the score up a little bit to an 8.5 because I really enjoy panning out dirty gold. I think it is much more challenging and a lot funner than panning out bright, shiny gold. Once you've panned out a few bags from Lynch Mining, you kind of want to move up to more natural looking gold, and I think this is it. So I'm bumping the fun factor up to a 8.5. For Paydirt description, they're getting a 6. It's a pretty basic description. I know the description on the website would probably score higher, but since this was purchased off of eBay, I've got to go off of the description that was on that product that was purchased. So they're getting a 6. Quantity and packaging, they're getting a 9. 10 for quantity because it was the 1 pound stated. Actually, it was 2 ounces over. And they're getting an 8 for the coffee bag. So 9 total. And for customer service and shipping, they're getting a 10. The customer service and the shipping were both fast, and they're getting a 10, giving the Miskimo's son total score of 8.3. So would I recommend this seller? Yes, I would. At this ROI and for this price, I think it's a fairly good deal. But now that they've moved to their website, the description is better and the price is a little lower. So I would definitely recommend this seller. Unfortunately, they have closed shop for a little while they reorganize. I think they got a little bit too busy on their website and they couldn't really handle the new amount of business that they were getting, because on eBay, you're pretty much forced to only sell the amount that you put up. If you put up 10 bags, that's the most you can sell. If you open up a website, you can get 100 orders in 1 hour. So I think they got a little bit backlogged and they had to close down for a little bit, but I would still recommend this seller. I thought it was a really good bag of Paydirt. It's fun to pan out, and I found some good gold. So that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Happy panning. And if you're not already a subscriber, think about hitting that subscribe button below.